Hello, we finally made it. Hello. Good morning. I'm so sorry that this is late, but I was actually on my other phone, my own phone, and couldn't connect to my internet. So quick little change. And we got there in the end. Woohoo! Technology will not stop us. So anyway, hello again. I'm Penny. I'm here with my weekly Thursday thoughts and wellbeing tips. Yay, Georgia! We did it. So today, two things today that I wanted to share with you guys. First one is just to talk about our feelings. And the second one about developing a morning routine, as I've mentioned before, and I know that some of you wanted to know a little bit more about that. So I've got a few little tips and things that might help you for those that want to develop that. So firstly, not to reiterate too much, but these, as we know, are strange times that we are living in. And we all are adjusting. Aren't we amazing, us humans, how we can adapt and adjust like that? And there are so many good well-being tips that lots of us have been sharing, and that you're all, I'm sure, discovering right now, and things that you can implement into your life, such as the mindfulness, such as, exercise routines, such as the breathing techniques, learning something new, and hopefully, all these things are things that that we can all take with us post corona lockdown. So hey, Georgina. We got here, sorry we're late, but we got here eventually. So anyway, with that in mind, I want to say to you today that whatever it is you're experiencing and whatever is going on in your feelings, like, it's okay. And actually not to be afraid of that, not to be afraid of your feelings, because they're like visitors. Feelings, they come and go, and they change, and they can change so quickly. So so many of people that I've worked with don't want to feel, they don't want to feel what they're feeling because it's painful. But I just want to say to you, it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling, and if you have struggled with any of these tips and techniques, and be careful to not then start beating yourself up. Oh, I should have done this, or I should have done that, because those kind of things, those kind of thoughts are going to impact how you feel. So if you start catastrophizing and the thinking like worst case scenarios, like we're all going to get coronavirus and everyone that I love is going to die, and and I had a bit of a sore throat yesterday, and I was so aware that how my head started. Oh, what's this? Oh, and today I woke up and it's gone. I was probably thirsty. So really be aware of that, and as soon as that awareness comes, like, capture it, like I've spoke about before, capturing our thoughts. And as soon as you get that awareness, stop. And this is when you have a moment to decide. You can choose to actually be kind to yourself. So when you start the shoulding on yourself, I like to say, oh, I should be doing this, or I should be doing that, or like comparing to all these other people that are online doing all these wonderful things, and you're like, oh God, I haven't done anything, and any of those kind of thoughts, they go one way, and that is to make you feel rubbish. So as soon as you've got that awareness and you're capturing your thoughts, give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. This is a difficult time. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel anxious, but there's aspects of this that we can, I don't know about the word control, but there's aspects of this that we can really take hold of and really expand our awareness right now in how we think and how we behave. And obviously how we think affects how we feel. So to really, be aware of how we're thinking. So in this, I want to say, give yourself a break, and something about the acceptance of the moment. And I think this is powerful as well, in knowing that this too will pass. Like, this will pass. We will not be in lockdown, corona, nightmare forever. Like, this is going to pass. And sometimes that roller coaster of emotions, just as a side note, by the way, ladies, just talking to you right now, just to be aware of your hormones and where you're at with that, because I think that's, again, that's something to take into account. So just as a little side there, whether you're well, whatever, anyway. So you can control what you can, i.e. your reactions and your emotional state. We cannot control coronavirus or anything else or anyone else, or anything outside of ourselves is not our responsibility, not ours to control. Okay? So things like anxiety, I just see somebody pop up saying about you get very anxious. See, anxiety, it's future based, and I think this is why so many of us on here have talked about mindfulness, because it's a practice to really bring you into the present moment. Because right in this very moment, right now, right here, everything's okay now, and now, and then now. Because fear, it's that FEAR, that future events appearing real. And how many of them actually come true? How many of the stuff that goes on in our mind, how much of it happens? So if we can really get into that practice of now, and breathing is a great one, as I've talked about, and I'm sure other people have talked about this on the Trust Links Live. Breathing is great to really bring us into the present moment. So, and that, there's, I hear you, Christine. There's all kinds of feelings going on right now. There really is. And to be aware of that, but there are things. And what I was writing some little notes, like I say, we can't control what's out there, but we can, we can take hold of what's on the inside, and our own emotional state and our reactions. And it reminded me of the Serenity Prayer, and some of you may be familiar with that. And it's that, I'll share it with you, I hope you don't mind, but it just says, like, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And that's a powerful one. There's things that we can change, and there's other things that that we can't, and we have to accept that. There's that acceptance that comes eventually in the situation that you're in. So I just want you to take, we're going to just take a couple of deep breaths now together. Hi, Maria. So maybe even close your eyes right now. And we're just going to take a deep breath in together and just let some of that, anything that may have resonated, even, you know, that spark of something in there of what I've said, just see what resonates. And we'll just take a deep breath in together through the nose and out through the mouth. And put your hand on your chest right now, and another breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay. Hang on in there, peoples. We're doing good. You're doing good. So one of the things that you can change and that you can have the power to do, because this is about empowering ourselves right now, is how you start the day. And this is going to be unique for all of us. Obviously, we're all in different situations. Some are isolating on their own. Others have got families, teenagers, babies, small flats, big houses, gardens, no gardens. I get that. Right. So this is, you need to find this what works for you. So a morning routine, in a nutshell, it's about being intentional. It's finding what works for you, and it's setting up your day with intent. Even if it's, you know, it can be 10 minutes in the morning, but it's capturing this 10 minutes and taking it for yourself before you let the day in. So like I've spoke about before on here, you know, don't be grabbing for your phone first thing in the morning and just checking all the messages, going straight on Facebook and seeing, you know, what everyone else is doing, you know, putting the news on, putting breakfast TV on, you know, and letting all that in before you've like fully come around. Okay, so this is about taking that time in the morning for you, okay. There's so many successful coaches that I know, and some that I've worked with, that all have a morning practice, that all do this, okay. So firstly, you need to create a little space for yourself in your home, right? Make it your sort of special space. And it may be, if you're in a small home and there's other people, it may be you have to create this every morning. If you're lucky enough to be able to have a little space and can keep it that way, fabulous. Now, this space, you want to put around it some things that inspire you. Now, you may have quotes. If you haven't got any quotes, find some, right? Get some quotes, write them on Post-it, stick them on the wall. You know, have things around you that inspire you. I always have smelly candles because I like to be able to just breathe in that nice smell, or sometimes incense we have. So just, you know, just to have that nice smell. I always make a coffee first and go to my space with my coffee. Some of you that have been practicing or making vision boards, which is wonderful, maybe we'll talk about that more in depth another time. Maybe you might have your vision board in front of you of all the things that you love. And of course, get a pen and get a journal if you have one, or a bit of paper if you don't, or the back of an envelope if you haven't got any paper. Just be creative right now. This is what this is about. And again, this whole practice is individual. You know, some people, like in their morning practice, do a bit of gentle yoga. I can't do that because I'd probably put my back out because it just feels all too twingy in the mornings. personal bit of self-disclosure. But anyway, so if that works for you in the mornings, fantastic, because that is a great way to connect with yourself. And that's what this is about. So this is about your way to connect with you before you're connecting with the world. Okay, so this is about this connection for you. Now there's lots of things that you can do. I journal. This is the time when I would practice my mindfulness. I might listen to something that's inspiring. I love YouTube. You know, after you've had a quiet moment, you've maybe journaled. You know, find something that inspires you. You know, watch a TED talk. Find something inspiring, and it's just, this is about what works for you, and having that space for yourself in the morning before everything else happens. I mean, I have this space. Usually I'm the first one up in my household, which is great. I love that. So, and it wasn't always like that, not when my children were smaller. I would be woken up. Now, thankfully, I wake up first, and so just where that's really quiet in the morning, I love that space. So it's finding what works for you. So you've got your space, you've made your thing, you've got the things around you, and this is about intentional living. This is about setting intent. So one of the very practical things you can do, set yourself 3 things that by the end of the day, 3 things that you want to have accomplished, and that knowing that at the end of today, that's going to feel good, knowing that you've done them 3 things. And keep it simple. Like I was saying at the beginning, you know, go easy on yourself right now, okay? You know, 3 things. It might be like, I want to clean out that bathroom cabinet. I don't know. You know, I'm going to try and do half an hour of exercise, and maybe start my vision board. You know, making a start on it, not finishing it or doing 5 vision boards. Set realistic goals, because all them realistic goals, they add up, and day by day you've realised you've created something, you've created a new habit. It takes 21 days to make or break a habit, apparently, in our mind, to create a new neural pathway. 21 days. So we can really use this time to really bring in some new good habits that we're going to take with us, and a morning practice is a really good one. So some of you may have heard of Julia Cameron. She very famously, I think probably back in the, when was this, maybe back in the early 90s, very famously wrote about, she wrote The Artist's Way, which is still available, this book, and she talks about the morning pages, and there's been times when I've practiced this, and it's literally writing 2 to 3 pages every morning as soon as you wake up, and it's just like a stream of consciousness. You just write. So it's just like, you know, I woke up today, I feel really tired, I didn't sleep very well, I'm drinking a nice cup of coffee, I can hear the birds singing outside. You know, it's like that, and just writing. And I've heard some wonderful stories from that where people have then, a character has come out and they've ended up writing a book, and all, you know, I've got lots of all those different fun stories. But that's something you can look up if that interests you. The morning pages. There's probably lots online. So anyway, that's it. So start your day well. Start your day well. Do what you can, okay? Be intentional right now. Be intentional. Change what you can. Don't be scared of your feelings. Think of them like visitors. They will come, they will go, okay? capture your thoughts, because what you're thinking affects how you're feeling. So this affects how we behave. Okay, our brains are wired, they're very old, amazing, whatever the word is, things in our body, you know, that are set up to keep us surviving, you know. So that old fight, flight or freeze response, it's ancient, you know. Our brains are wired to be keeping us safe and looking for danger. So we need to intentionally get that growth mindset to actually change the way of thinking. Oh, someone says you love the Rothko. There you go, look, little Rothko painting there in the background. Not a real one, unfortunately. So anyway, so start your day well, be intentional, change what you can, accept what you can't. Stay safe, be present. That's it. Have a good day, everyone, and I will see you again at some point, maybe in June. Bye for now.